Right, take away for it all the way up.
Smoking restriction. No smoking on the upper deck or in the vicinity of ammunition.
Here, cop hold of this. Oh.
Wait! You! You want to blow up half the yard?
No.
Your cigarette, man. We're ammunitioning ship.
Sorry.
Not on the deck.
Sorry, sir.
Leading regulator. Tell the master-at-arms from me, anyone caught stubbing out a cigarette on the deck is to be charged.
Aye, aye, sir.
Pick up that cigarette.
Do you say something, mister?
You'd hear better if you got a decent haircut. I said pick up that cigarette.
Could be right about my ears, pal. I didn't hear the word please at all.
If they were as good at working as they are at loafing, we'd be back at sea in a week. Dockyard mateys.
Salt of the earth, but you have to understand them.
Oh, I understand them all right. Bunch of long-haired loafing idlers.
Stop knocking, Paul. We couldn't do without the dockyard. You're going to have to do without me for a whole week.
Yes, it's having to put up with Paul as second in command while you're
I'll
away.
sharpen things up. Go and enjoy your course. Ship's in good hands.
What sort of course is it again?
Work study and man management.
Work study. You wouldn't even recognize it.
And as for man management...
Listen, acting first lieutenant Peake, by the time you've had 2 days of running
Piece
this
of
ship...
cake. Have your job done by stand easy every morning.
Good luck. I'll see you in a week.
Take care.
Have fun.
Well, First Lieutenant, you'd better get started.
Already have. Been clearing the upper deck of rubbish. Like cigarette butts, dockyard mateys.
Now, take it easy. New broom and all
Oh,
that.
with dockies. Milton was right about them.
John Milton.
He wrote their motto. They also serve who only stand and wait.
Captain HMS Hero. Julia. How are you? Yes, around 12:30. Yes. I think that's wise. Julia, you could have told him we met at a party somewhere. Yes, all right. I'll play it by ear. You off? If I may, sir. Given Peake a good turnover?
There's no problems, and I had a meeting with the dockyard foreman this morning.
He's happy?
We'll up the schedule. We should be out in good time.
Fine. Well, enjoy your week. I'm having lunch with the Port Admiral, followed by an afternoon's fishing.
Well, you fish.
No, the Port Admiral does.
Port Admiral, that's Corky Brinton.
Yes.
But he has a very dolly wife.
No?
It's Julia.
Good. Look forward to meeting her.
Thank you, leading steward.
Thank you, Arthur. They were all out last weekend. Never got a nibble. Darling, this is Alan Glenn. Used to pilot me around every bar in the Mediterranean. Alan, my wife, Julia.
Commander Glenn,
Mrs. Brinton.
I've heard so much about you.
Not all bad, I hope.
Well, darling, give Alan a drink. I just see that Harper's got the rods and waders out.
Beginner's one for me. Huh? A rod, not drink. However did you guess, Mrs. Brinton?
What's that, Commander?
I drink vodka and tonic.
Intuition.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Why do we have to pretend we don't know each other?
What was I supposed to say to him? Oh, Alan Glenn. Yes, darling, we had an affair when you were in the Far East. That's right, darling, just after we'd got engaged.
10 years ago.
And that makes it acceptable.
You could have said we met anywhere, any time. It would have made it less dangerous. Why not?
I'll tell you over the weekend.
I'm going back in the morning.
Tomorrow's Saturday, and I want you to stay.
I've got a ship to run.
All fixed. We'll go as soon as we've had lunch.
Right, sir.
Darling, I was just saying to Commander Glenn, well, to Alan, it's silly of him not to stay for the weekend with the ship in dockyard hands.
And plenty to do, I'm afraid.
Oh, you can manage the weekend, Alan. We'll send the car down this afternoon, get your things from the ship. Glad to have you here.
Yes?
Lieutenant Peake.
Yes?
I'm Sam Malcolm, dockyard foreman for Hero. I understand you're acting as first lieutenant.
Yes, that's right. Come in. We've just locked the bar, but if I can find the
No,
keys...
thanks. It's just a quick word I'd like.
Oh, well, grab a chair.
Thank you. Lieutenant, I don't know if you know it, but we've had a lot of trouble at this yard recently.
Huh?
Status, hours, privileges, productivity. People are unusually sensitive. Every union in the place is involved.
Yes?
It doesn't help if you shout at the men.
Hmm?
The way you bawled out that young lad on the forecastle this morning.
What about it?
I've had an official complaint.
That's ridiculous. I can't have the ship littered with cigarette butts.
Agreed, but there are ways of...
It's part of a first lieutenant's job to make sure the ship is clean at all times.
You haven't had much experience of dealing with dockyard personnel, have you?
No.
No.
Thankfully.
Look, Lieutenant, I was in the mob myself, but I'm in a different world now, and so are you.
Not me. I'm still in my ship.
But you're also in a dockyard working with civilians, unions, rules and regulations that must... We can't afford to fall out, you know. It's the ship that'll suffer.
No reason why we should fall out.
I hope not. It was just a friendly warning.
A warning?
Advice, then.
Well, I've some for you. Stop those long-haired yobbers of yours from messing up this ship.
If you'll remember, there's no place here for the Naval Discipline Act.
Master. You just come through to the canteen flat a minute.
Oh?
There's a dockyard matey there with a carton of duty-free fags.
Yeah?
Well, should I report it to Lieutenant Peake?
Where do you think the docky got the fags?
Oh, someone must have given them to him.
And why would someone do that?
A favour, I suppose.
Bit more painting, few screws here, extra shelf there. A lot of goodwill goes with a carton of fags.
But it's against regulations.
Only if you see it.
Oh, that's no answer, Master.
Look, if the docky keeps the fags on board, smokes them on board, doesn't try and sell them, doesn't try and land them, he upsets no one.
Blackmail. Rabbit jobs for fags.
No, it's favour for favour. Friendly relations.
Oh, you're the boss. That's a new chair. Thought we couldn't get any of those.
Goodwill, leading regulator. Favour for favour. Token of esteem.
Sorry, done it again.
Don't worry. We've got plenty more.
Well, I did tell you I don't like to be tied up.
Matrimony. I'm sorry. Was I lecturing you on the way down?
I think counselling's the word.
No, it's not a bad institution.
I'm in no hurry.
That's what I used to say. I wish I'd married 10 years earlier.
Yes, but marriage is like spinning an aircraft. Easy to get into, harder to get out.
What makes you think you want to get out?
It's not all happy ever after, from what I've seen.
You ask her if she'll let you go fishing. If she says yes, be all right.
That was the acid test for Julia.
Mm-hmm. And it worked.
Thank you.
I've no regrets. After 9.5 years.
Well, that puts the pussy among the pigeons.
What is it?
We're ordered to complete 1 week early.
A week early?
Yeah. To sail for exercise carousel. Replace HMS Hesperus. What is having bother with boiler brickwork?
Well, it'll take us a week to put everything back together again.
A quartermaster, Lieutenant Peake. Find Mr. Malcolm, the dockyard foreman, ask him to come to the wardroom. Well, we'll see if our Mr. Malcolm's as good as he thinks he is.
Lewis! Don't drag it!
Are you working on your own?
No, I got a mate in the electrical maintenance room, Mr. Malcolm.
Then get him up here. Carry that box. Some Matterlow sweated blood to paint that deck.
Mr. Malcolm, quiet in the wardroom, sir.
Oh.
Still, it must be an important exercise.
It is. NATO's show of strength in the Norwegian Sea. Oh, come in, Mr. Malcolm. Do you know Lieutenant Commander Kiley, our weapons and electrics officer?
Yes, of course.
Hello, Sam. Cup of tea.
Thanks.
Just received. Oh, sit down.
Thank you. But have a meeting in the morning. My people in your head's department.
Right.
We'll have to trim the defect list, see what we can get done in the time left.
Well, what about extra overtime? Get as much done as possible.
Not up to me, of course. Overtime has to be authorised and costed. And some sections aren't keen at the moment. They're working a sort of unofficial overtime ban.
Then they'll just have to work harder during normal hours.
Sam?
Oh, thank you. Don't worry, Lieutenant. I'll keep behind them all. But take it from me, you won't get everything done. Not with the whole week gone.
Just get us into a state where we can go back to sea. Out of this place.
You don't like our part of the world?
I don't like dockyards, Mr. Malcolm. Nor overtime bans, unofficial or otherwise. I'll go and phone the captain. Oh, if you'd like to fix a time for tomorrow's meeting with Bill, and let's make it early.
Is he always like that?
Well, he's dedicated. Thinks everyone else should be. I expect he'll grow out of it.
Medicinal one, before tea.
Very small one, like my fish.
Oh, one's enough to give you the bug. Before long, you'll be dangling lines from the bridge wing.
No, I shouldn't think so, sir.
Yeah. Help yourself.
Thank you.
Admiral Brinton. Yes, I think so. It's your navigating officer.
Yes, Paul. Right. Arrange the planning meeting? Good. Do you want me to come back for it?
Oh, no, sir, we'll cope. If the dockyard get off the backsides, we should complete all essentials in good time.
Right, concentrate on getting the ops room equipment back into the ship and fitted. We won't be much use without that. Right, any problems, you know where to find me.
Trouble?
No, we're going out a week early. Join an exercise.
Anything I can do?
Oh, shouldn't be any problems.
I got you a drink.
Captain coming back?
No. But he wants option equipment refitted as first priority.
Already top of my list. Oh, by the way, I'm having a drink ashore with Sam Malcolm tonight. Do you care to come?
Fraternization with the enemy?
No, I wish you'd get off that kick.
What kick?
Now, you seem to think that anyone not entitled to wear a naval uniform is some lower form of life.
It's a thought. No, I would come, but the captain's given me the cabin for dinner tonight. I'm entertaining the dockyard general manager's daughter.
Ah, you get the dollies and I get the docky.
Story of your life.
Is she beautiful?
4 beers beautiful. I'm going to have 5.
Oh, disgusting.
With a bit of luck.
You could be Port Admiral yourself one day.
No, not my scene.
Not my scene either.
Now, Junior prefers the more glamorous jobs. Senior naval officer, West Indies, that kind of thing.
There must be quite a good social life attached to this one.
If you don't mind mixing with people who are all at least 300 years old.
Yes. She means my contemporaries.
I'm not much better placed in Hero, you know.
Oh, but you're only 35, 36?
And the average age of my ship's company is 22 and a half. My acting first lieutenant's not yet 28. Makes me feel like the ancient mariner at times.
It's so depressing. Life passes us by. If you'll excuse me.
Yes, of course, my dear. Good night.
Good night.
I'm afraid Julia wasn't herself tonight.
Oh, she was charming.
Doesn't make a nonsense of what I was saying down at the stream.
Not at all. She was probably tired.
Well. I thought you'd be out scattering wild oats all over Hampshire.
Ha ha.
You should have come with me.
Should have known better.
Oh?
Dockyard general manager's daughter. Same as all the other dockies.
Yes?
No overtime.
Oh, sensible girl. Oh, like a drink?
No, thanks. I'm going to bed. On my own.
You should have brought your teddy bear.
It's all right for you. You're old.
Oh, thanks very much.
But life's passing me by.
Ah.
Julia, what do you think you're doing? Corky wakes up.
He's taken a sleeping pill.
I don't care if he's in a coma. I'm past the corridor creeping stage.
Alan, I have to talk to you. And this is the only chance. Oh, it is. He's so possessive these days.
I don't wonder at it.
Well, that's why I didn't want him to know that we'd met. If he gets the impression that we were friends, things could be difficult.
Difficult?
Yes, difficult. It is good to see you, Alan. Thank you. Alan, I want us to be as we were. We could be discreet, meet now and then, and well away from here.
I couldn't do that to him.
Well, you did it before.
That doesn't make it right now.
Have you any idea what my life is like? Well, have you?
You chose it.
I didn't know it would be like this.
Yes, you did. 10 years ago, you were the Commander-in-Chief's daughter, and every single lieutenant in the fleet was buzzing round you. But you chose Corky. Captain, well off, respected, going on. You opted for comfort, security, and position. Well, you got them.
They're not enough.
And have children.
No. Why not, Alan? Why not?
Well, for one thing, there's another girl.
Susan Herrick. Do you love her?
I don't love you, and I won't be your bit of illicit excitement.
Oh, God, you've changed. You're so... I've a good mind to tell Corky about us.
You won't.
We'll see.
Good night.
How are you getting on?
Oh, fine, sir. This is the last one.
You finished all the rest?
Yeah. All fixed now.
Well, you better recite them as soon as you can. Else some flat-footed sailor will come and trample all over them.
They won't go back until Monday, sir.
What?
But I've put up a warning notice before I go.
Well, why can't you put them back now?
It's not my job, sir. Have to be checked and recited by someone else.
Then where is he?
He'll be on board normal time Monday, sir. Most of them are not doing weekend work, you see. It's the dispute.
Well, they fit easily enough. It's not a skilled job.
The checking is.
I want them put back now. If they get broken, it could delay us.
Oh, sorry, sir, but I'm not doing it.
Telephone call for you, sir, in the radio office. Miss Adams.
Leading regulator, do you think you could fit those instruments back in their right holes?
I suppose so, sir.
Then put them back. Loosely, just make sure they're off the deck and out of harm's way.
Sir, I think you'd be unwise.
We'll take them out again on Monday morning before the dockyard arrive on board.
Yes, sir, but if you do
Look,
that...
if they get broken, you start all over again. You could be in the ops room or elsewhere on another job. We're pressed for time. We're sailing a week early. Well, get on with it, leading regulator.
All right, Pat, let's go.
What's happening now?
You were warned. Interfering with dockyard work.
I'm trying to preserve work. Can't you see that?
No, I can't.
Who are you, anyway?
I'm Kendall, and that man's a patrolman. He's not even an electrician. But as far as you're concerned, he can do as good a job as the dockyard.
I didn't say that, and you know it.
I know that if ship's officers use any gash sailor to do our job, we're going to end up on the dole.
He's not doing your job. He's making sure nothing gets broken so we can sail for an important exercise. Are you too stupid to see that?
You've been riding us ever since someone else was stupid enough to make you first lieutenant.
Riding you? I've been trying to get a decent day's work out of you. What are you all waiting for? The Red Revolution?
What do you mean by that? All right, Pat. We'll sort this one out.
Oh, what? No, sir.
Leave everything where it is.
Miss Adams may still be on the phone.
Oh, tell Miss Adams. Tell her I'll call her later. Probably much later.
You half-wit. It wasn't my fault. Well, of course it was. Oh, for God's sake, Paul, tomorrow is another day and there's another day after that. Why can't you let the dockyard do things in their own way?
What do you think will happen now?
I daren't even think.
What's happened to Corky?
He's found a pool. He's looking for fish.
Julia, I'm sorry I was a bit clumsy last night.
In the cold light of day, I'm amazed at my own temerity. If I get lonely...
Corky's a good man and a kind man.
I know. Oh, I know. It's just that when he came home and said you were around, I felt... I suppose you'd call it nostalgia. Oh, they were good days, weren't they?
In memory, anyway. Yes, they were good.
And thanks for the memories.
In here.
I warned you. Told you there was trouble in this yard. I told you they were sensitive, waiting for an excuse to bring things to a head, and you hand it to them on a plate.
I'm sorry.
You're too late. The ship's been blacked.
Blacked?
Yes. No work, no transport, no stores, no nothing.
For how long?
I don't know. There's a full extraordinary meeting tomorrow, but it doesn't look good.
Nothing you can do.
I was doing it. I'd have got you out on time, but oh no, Lieutenant, instant results. Peake had to weigh in.
I'm sorry, Sam. I really am. I was just trying to do my best for the ship.
Well, let's hope for your sake that we can contain it.
Contain it?
Yes, it could spread from Hero to other ships, then to strikes, then to other yards. And you talked about a fair day's work.
And that's it. They've downed tools and walked off the ship.
Yes, I know.
Well?
Well, what?
Don't you think you'd better telephone the captain?
You wouldn't like to do it, would you?
No, I would not.
Not quite sure what to say.
I'm somewhat speechless myself. The slings and arrows of a seaman officer.
You are senior to me.
Not in Sea Command. I am a simple technical officer. I don't sink ships, I don't cause collisions, and I don't cause strikes.
That's right. Put the boot in.
It's nothing to what the captain's going to do.
What?
You know, you could even make Hansard.
What?
Questions in the House. Would the Secretary of State for Defence please explain why Great Britain went into exercise carousel one ship short? That is regretted. However, the officer concerned is now directing traffic in Pompey Barracks. Now go on, phone him.
How do I start to tell him?
How about, hello, sir. Were you having a nice weekend?
Blacked? God's sake, why? Why did... Oh, you moron.
I'm coming back. Hero's been blacked, sir. My idiot navigator put one of the ship's company on a dockyard job.
Get back on board, Alan, and sort it out.
Yes.
God help Hero if you don't. I'll move my car.
That's some sort of picket on the gangway.
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you scuttle the ship, do the job properly?
I'm sorry, sir.
If you say that again, I'll close that door and kick you around the cabin. You realize how serious this is?
Yes, sir. I expect to be chopped for it.
Do you? Well, just for the moment, selfish as it may sound, I'm more concerned that I'll be chopped.
Sir?
If this thing escalates, it'll go to Mod C&C and everywhere else in the terms that Hero calls the strike. And Hero is me, My ship, my officer, my crumbles.
Is there anything I can do?
Yes, you can recall Lieutenant Commander Beaumont. He's spending the weekend at home. Ring barracks and cancel his course.
Aye, aye, sir.
I'll decide what to do with you later.
Aye, aye, sir.
If I could think of a suitable charge, I'd have you court-martialed.
Yes, sir.
Even then you'd get off on the grounds of insanity.
Yes, sir.
Get on with it.
Yes, sir. If you find my head in there, I'd like it back.
Yes? Kylie, sir.
Now, Bill, what's the score? Essential items.
Well, essential items, sir, not all that much. Ops room, SCR equipment. You know, if we could get it all back on board and fitted, we could do the testing and tuning ourselves at sea.
If we could get it all back, how long would it take to fit?
Well, it's usually about a 10-hour job. And under our new schedule, it was due to be done on Monday and Tuesday.
10 hours. That's worth 10,000 at the moment. Any word on whether other ships are being affected?
Not yet, sir. I could ring round my opposite numbers.
Yes, do that, will you? I'd like to know whether I should resign this afternoon or leave it until tomorrow.
Right, sir.
Hello, darling. Scotch?
Thank you. Julia, how well do you know Alan Glenn?
Come in, Master.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Yes. Get the word round the ship's company. No arguments, no snide remarks to any dockyard personnel. And the picket on the gangway is to be treated courteously.
Understood, sir.
Master.
Sir?
This ever happened to you before?
Yes, sir. Rosyth, a long time ago now.
And?
They moved the captain, sir. But it wasn't his fault.
Yes, Bill. Thank you, Master.
Sir?
Well, sir. The other ships aren't affected yet, sir. But Sam Malcolm, the dockyard foreman, says no decision will be taken on the other ships until the special meeting tomorrow.
That makes sense.
Oh, sir, I was wondering if we couldn't nip this trouble in the bud. I mean, if the port admiral were to ask to attend the meeting tomorrow and offer an apology on behalf of the Navy.
I can ask him.
Well, he is a friend of yours, isn't he?
Fortunately, yes. Thanks, Bill. Good idea. I'll ring him now.
Right, sir.
Hello?
Julia? Alan. Is the admiral there?
No, he's gone to the yard. Alan, he knows about us.
How? Did you tell him?
No, he confronted me, and I didn't know how much he knew, so I told him it had happened once while he was in the Far East.
Poor Corky. I'd have given anything. What did he say?
He listened and nodded and then said he was going to the yard. I'd let him be today, Alan.
I've got to see him. My ship, maybe other ships, depend on it. I need his help. Julia, he could wreck my career.
I don't know what he'll do, Alan, or what's in his mind.
Come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Alan, sit down.
The meeting's arranged for midday tomorrow, sir. Recreation hall.
I know. Been on to the dockyard general manager since you called. He's agreed to come with me.
I'm grateful, sir.
You said you needed another 10 hours refitting work? That's weapons and electrics?
Yes, sir.
Right. Get yourself ready for sea in all other respects. Come down to 4 hours' notice for steam.
Think we should go without the ops room equipment, sir?
Well, don't be a fool. To leave before the dockyard give you a clean bill of health, we will have a strike. They'll insist on unberthing you anyway.
Then why do you want me ready for sea at 4 hours' notice?
Because I don't want you in this yard a moment longer than is necessary. Hero is the sore on this particular front. As long as she's here, the dockyard will want to scratch it.
So whatever happens, we sail as soon as all essential equipment is fitted.
If and when. By Monday morning, we may have a full strike situation. Don't expect miracles from tomorrow's meeting.
Do you want me to come with you?
No.
Anything else, sir?
I'll come and see you after the meeting tomorrow.
Will you stay for lunch?
No, I'll go home.
Right, sir. Thank you.
I don't think it's going to make any difference at all. Nobody's going to give a damn about your resignation.
Well, how else can I help the captain?
You can't. It's his head that's on the block. If the axe is going to fall, it's going to fall, no matter how many letters you write.
There must be something I can do.
Yes. Go ashore and see your bird. Number one's back, so leave the dockyard to him and the captain.
If I may say so, sir, the women in your life are never dull.
Well, just make sure you keep that little bit of information to yourself.
At least Corky's going to the meeting for you.
Doesn't have to plead for you when he gets there. He could deliberately aggravate the situation.
Oh, he won't do that.
Why not? He can crucify me if he wants to.
Oh, no. No, it reflects on him, too.
No, it doesn't. He was doing well, genuinely keeping things going. Then in came Hero, officers inadequately briefed on dockyard relations. First lieutenant allowed to go on a course, captain ashore for the weekend. If Corky has a mind, he'll write the kind of report that will paint me as the biggest threat to the Navy since turbans.
It's worrying that he didn't have it out with you about Julia.
Well, he didn't. Not a word.
It's unnatural. Unless
he's already planned some other way of dealing with it.
Fingers crossed for tomorrow's meeting.
Hero's still blacked. Further decision, action on other ships has been postponed.
But nothing moves to Hero.
Nothing.
Well, thank you for trying, sir. Can I get you a glass of something?
Not now, thanks. Alan, at the moment, I've told Maud by signal that we are suffering minor industrial unrest affecting HMS Hero only. But I've got to think of exercise Carousel, give him a chance to put in another ship. When it becomes clear that you're not going to make it, I must tell Maud. And I must tell him why.
I appreciate that, sir.
What are you doing about Pete?
I haven't decided. That's a matter for me. As far as your reports are concerned, Hero is my ship and my responsibility.
That's my reading, Joe. If I can think of anything to ease the situation, I'll let you know. But I hold out no great hope. I've a feeling the unions aren't going to be shifted from a real stand against Hero. And I can't honestly blame them.
Come in.
Any light amid the encircling gloom?
Not a flicker. Sit down.
He mentioned Julia.
Relieve the tension. Punch me on the nose or something.
He's saving the punches for his report. He won't pull them then.
Yes, he's already said as much.
Could throw Paul to the wolves.
No.
It's Paul or you.
Paul and me, or me alone.
Well,
Look, Derek, if the lid comes off this thing, one junior officer's scupper isn't going to satisfy Mod, or C&C, and certainly not Corky Brinton.
so we sit and wait for the tumbrils.
No. If the dockyard don't appear tomorrow morning, I'm going to outflank Corky. I'll signal Mod myself with full situation and causes.
Well, that could hang you.
Then join me for breakfast. I know. We'll compose the signal between us. And you can write the final paragraph. Condemned man was seen to eat a hearty breakfast.
You're supposed to be eating a hearty breakfast.
I can always run onto my sword on the flight deck.
It's too messy.
You could shut me in the fridges. Get me half of my pension.
HMS Hero, Captain's cabin, first lieutenant. Good morning, sir. Right away, sir. Admiral Brinton.
Morning, sir. Yes, on my way, sir. The Admiral wants to see me. Urgently.
He's in his office this hour in the morning.
Wants to show me a signal.
Oh, yes. I can guess what that says.
It's a collision at sea. A French oil tanker and an Italian liner. We've been asked to sail all possible surface units.
Yes, I saw the signal on the log, sir, but there's nothing Hero can do.
You are at 4 hours' notice.
Yes, sir, without optional equipment.
I know that. I just had the dockyard general manager and the union leaders in here. They're going to rush the equipment into Hero and let you sail.
But why?
Because lives are involved.
Yes, but...
God damn it, Alan. You're as bad as Peak. These men in the yard aren't ogres. And they had to make a stand.
And the collision saves their faces.
It saves your neck.
Yes, sir. Is that the search area, sir? The Blue Cross?
That was to explain it to the union officials.
It's in the wrong place.
I know.
The true position's another 400 miles out. We couldn't get there before nightfall tomorrow. Far too late for any survivors.
You aren't going to the rescue. Well, we had to make it look feasible. In the dockyard, it's an excuse to let you go.
So you shifted the position?
General manager's idea.
Well, thank you for agreeing.
I want peace in the yard.
You took a risk if the militants
We
found
all
out.
take risks at times. Take a chance on being found out. Question is whether it's worth it.
Yes, sir.
It was worth it to me to get Hero back at sea. Out of here.
Thank you, sir.
Alan, come and see me half an hour before you sail.
Aye, aye, sir.
Dockies. Lots of lovely dockies. All over us like matlows round a stripper.
Well, I better recall the watchkeepers.
Yeah, and make a pipe. The ship is under sailing orders. I never thought I'd hear that again.
Thank you again, Mr. Malcolm.
Right, sir.
Oh, I understand it'll take about 10 hours to get us fitted.
10 hours? This isn't Chatham or Devonport, sir. And you've got a long way to travel, haven't you? A very long way.
Yes, we have.
Be ready to go at 1600.
Come along then, Lieutenant. You should be at your charts. We've finished.
Thanks, Sam. For everything.
You'll be all right, lad.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear also, sir.
We're back in business, sir.
And I can pipe harbour stations whenever you like.
Right, close up specials at 15:50. I shouldn't think the Admiral will keep me long.
I won't delay you. Anything else you need?
No, sir.
What have you decided about Peake?
To do nothing. He's an excellent young officer. I believe you agree, sir, it would be wrong to destroy a career because of one slip in the past. A mistake from youth and inexperience. A mistake bitterly regretted.
Particularly a career as promising as Peake's.
I'm very grateful to you, sir.
Alan, when eventually you return here, I'd like you to consider all calls paid and received. I won't require you to see me other than on service business.
Aye, sir.
Both engines repeated half ahead, sir.
Very good. Still believe it, do you, pilot? What's that, sir? They also serve who only stand and wait. Corrected, sir. They also serve who navigate. Revolutions 108